It's the Daily Doug.
Hey y'all, welcome back to the Daily Doug. Thanks for being with me today. My friends, on today's episode, I am reaching back into the Daily Doug vault, but I'm still making it a Metal Monday, y'all. I know that we want to have the metal on Mondays. I even have a shirt. I'm not wearing it currently. Metal makes Mondays better. It's in the merch store. Today, I am going to a relatively recent episode of our fan favorites where I was reacting to our favorite metal songs that I have not yet gotten to here on the channel. I did it just last month in May. It was our Metal May fan favorites countdown over on Patreon. And y'all, it's a great help to me because a lot of times I have difficulty, especially now after 3 or 4 years of doing this, of knowing, we've gotten to a bunch of the heavy hitters, the mega hits in the heavy metal genre, but there's a lot of great other titles out there that are a little bit less familiar to me. And so we get the help of the community here. I said, what are your favorite metal tunes, your favorite songs that get you going, right? And we had a bunch of folks that put in their favorites. We upvote them, and it gets to the end of the month, and I do a countdown video. This particular one, I did 9 metal songs. It's available over on my Patreon, but one of the songs that I included in that countdown is Neon Nights from Black Sabbath. This is the very first single by Black Sabbath with Ronnie James Dio as their lead singer. I had never heard it before, and I absolutely loved it, and I thought, I've got to share this with the YouTube audience. So today is the day. I am happy to share it with you. This is my first time reaction to Neon Nights from Black Sabbath. Next up on our list is another song from Black Sabbath. I decided to allow Black Sabbath to continue on here with multiple entries, mainly because of just, I never heard either of these, and they were so upvoted each individually that I wanted to see where it went, and y'all voted for both of them. So this one is Neon Nights, and it was suggested by Gremlin's Music. Thank you, Gremlin. And they say this is a song from the Heaven and Hell album, the first one that Black Sabbath did after switching their vocalist to Ronnie James Dio. Here is a quote from Tony Iommi's memoir about the album. He says, Ozzy would sing with the riff. Just listen to Iron Man and you'll catch my drift. His vocal melody line copies the melody of the music. There was nothing wrong with that, but Ronnie liked singing across the riff instead of with it. Come up with the melody that was different from that of the music, which musically opens up a lot more doors. I don't want to sound like I'm knocking Ozzy, but Ronnie's approach opened up a new way for me to think. And then he says, Neon Nights is a great example of this new direction. So with this song, Neon Nights, it was the lead single from Heaven and Hell. So this is the first single from Black Sabbath that we get from the first album that features Ronnie James Dio. And I haven't heard it yet. So this is the 9th album from Black Sabbath. They released it in the spring of 1980. And it's about these English legends of myth and medieval culture. And I think that they're comparing their the historic English knights with some of their modern day counterparts. So let's hear Ronnie James Dio on vocals, Tony Iommi on guitars, Geezer Butler on the bass, and Bill Ward on the drums. This is Neon Nights from Black Sabbath. Here we go. All right. That was cool. Back to E. Seven, right? Cool. They move to the 4. Do in A. Yeah, flat 6, flat 7, 2, 1 in A. God, that guy had some pipes. Yeah, E minor for the solo. 4, 7, 6, 7, 1, 5, 6. Ride out, protectors of the realm, captains at the helm, sail across the sea of lights, again and again and again. That's cool. The flat 2 is F to C, and then the C resolves back into E. A little bit of that color in there, that flat 2 color. It's fun to see that footage. Very cool. You know, y'all, it's just inspiring, isn't it? This is a band that had reached major heights with Ozzy Osbourne as their lead singer. Things, you know, happen in bands. People move on. They have their own struggles, personality-wise. At this point, Ozzy is moving on, and they have Ronnie James Dio coming in and just kicking ass, and the band, it's like they never miss a beat. You know, off of this album, this first album with Ronnie James Dio, I have heard Children of the Sea and Heaven and Hell, both on side 1 of this first album with Ronnie as lead singer. But Neon Nights is the first single and the lead track, and so now I have heard that one, and I am better for it. Y'all, at some point, I want to come back and get to this entire album. I think it would be a fun one to do here on YouTube. There's just one song on side 1 that I have not yet heard. It's called Lady Evil. And then as I'm looking at side B, Wishing Well, Die Young, Walk Away, and Lonely is the Word, I don't think I've heard any of them. So at some point in the future, I think we'll continue on with some Black Sabbath and feature this Heaven and Hell album. But for now, it was just wonderful to get to share my reaction, my first time reaction to this song, Neon Nights, and I very much enjoyed it, as you can tell. I will put in a plug for my Patreon, y'all. This is where this particular reaction originated. It's over on Patreon. It's patreon.com/Doug Helvering. If you are a member at the second tier or higher, you get access to all of our library of videos spanning 4 years of consistent full-time work. There's a bunch of stuff over there for y'all, and I hope to meet you over there with us. And yeah, I'm just thankful for all the support that y'all give me, whether you're on Patreon or not. I'm just thankful to have this community to share my continuing journey in all of this music that I have neglected over these years as an adult. And it's just a continuing, energetic, just rejuvenating thing to come back to and keep learning all of this music that is there for us to enjoy. So with that, I say thank you for being with me on this Monday. I will see y'all next time on another edition of the Daily Doug.